Alright guys, today I'm going to talk about games that I think should be on the Switch. I'm not going to do top 10 because that would be way too out of order. So let's talk about the games that should be ported over to the Switch in my opinion. And I'll give one good reason why they should be on the Switch. And how it can work on the Switch. Alright, so let's get started. Honest, I think Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi should be on the Switch. Make it a trilogy. Actually, a trilogy game wouldn't even be a bad idea. You can have 4 games. You can have Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and Dragon Ball Tag Team. Including that because it has the same graphics too. Imagine playing all 4 of those games on the Switch. To be honest, I think it should be a physical, not a digital. Like the Naruto trilogy, which is kind of disrespectful because they didn't add the 4th one. Even though they should have added the 4th one, but let's not get out of topic. And then, if you beat the first one, you still have gameplay from the second and third one, and tag team. That would be interesting, right? Alright, the next game that I think should be ported over to the Switch is Raging Blast 2. Another Dragon Ball Z video game won't be a bad idea for the Switch, so yeah. Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 would be a cool game idea for the Switch. I mean, think about it. You can add more features. Like, the Xbox Live thing for the Xbox 360 will only be exclusive to the original Xbox copy. However, we can put a Nintendo eShop option. We can have characters from Dragon Ball Super like Kappa and all that stuff. That'd be cool. And we can remaster the game and all that. Give them more transformations. That'd be cool. And we can add music from Raging Blast 1. And not only that, we can add music from Raging Blast 1, but we can also add features from Raging Blast 1, like Dragon Story. Like, you can do the story mode, but they can reanimate the storylines, and the whatever stuff from Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 2 gaming graphics, so that way it can blend in perfectly. Alright, next game that should be put it to the Switch is, yes, another Dragon Ball Z game. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Trilogy. Alright, so for this trilogy, you can play the first, second, third, Shin Budokai 2, and Infinite Worlds adds one remastered version. Why? This one already exists, but unfortunately it's only 2 games from Dragon Ball Z Budokai. You can only play the first and third one. There was no second option. Which kind of sucked, to be honest. To be honest, the third one should be... They should combine all those games to remaster it or whatever. And I hope that this game gets put over or re-released on the Switch or whatever. Alright, next game that should be ported to the Switch is... Yes, another Dragon Ball Z related game. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. Honest, I wouldn't mind having Ultimate Tenkaichi on the Switch. But to be honest, for Ultimate Tenkaichi, we need more options. Like, what if you can have a custom created character from other race options? That would be a cool feature. Or you can have something else, like you can have more playable characters, like Gohan, Goten, Super Saiyan Bardock, whatever. Go nuts. I would love to see a remastered version of this game on the Switch. I mean, it needs to be on the Switch. Well, in my opinion, it does, but let's keep moving on. If this video gets enough likes, I might make a part 2 to this. Alright, so anyways, another game that could be ported over to the Switch, that should be ported over to the Switch, is at least Soul Calibur 6. I never actually played Soul Calibur 6, but a lot of people want the game on the Switch. And if it has that many votes, then heck, I would like to see it for the Switch too, because, Soul Calibur 6 should be on the Switch, because, they did confirm that the game was never getting ported over to the Switch, but then the creator changed his mind and decided to port it over to the Switch. So yeah, we might see a re-release for that. And I hope the game does get ported over to the Switch so I can buy it and create my own characters instead. Alright, another game that should be on the Switch is Naruto Storms 4. What's wrong with Naruto Storms Trilogy, you ask? Nothing. It's kind of disrespectful that they didn't add the fourth one to that. So the fourth one should be on the Switch too, because that's the latest Naruto game ever. I would love to see that. Another game I would like to see on the Nintendo Switch is J-Stars vs. Victory. Why? We can remaster J-Stars vs. Victory. We can make one change, add Yuki as a playable character. We can have one character only. Actually, screw that. We can have more than one character. We can have more stage options. We can have new characters in J-Stars vs. Victory for the Switch. And we can have more features, like we can now have Frieza turn to gold, or Mecha, or whatever. So yeah, I hope J-Stars vs. Victory gets ported over. Victory Versus gets ported over to the Switch, because I would love to see that happen. Another game I would like to see ported over to the Switch is Jump Force. Jump Force was originally planned for the Switch, but it was canceled. But then they are given Jump Force a second chance. So I hope the second chance goes through. If it does, I'll get Jump Force for the Switch next year. Alright, so next game that I think should be ported over to the Switch is Fruit Ninja. Why? Fruit Ninja is a game where you can slice fruits and all that, you know? Hence, I think it should be a digital instead. Actually, no, screw that. Make that a physical, because you can have a timer and all that stuff. Like, we can have it, like, snipper clippers or whatever. So, yeah, I hope Fruit Ninja gets ported over to the Switch. Next game that I think should be ported over to the Switch is Mogon. Imagine the ability to create your own fighting game. That would be sick. You can remake any fighting game. You can take pictures. There will be a feature where you can take pictures and all that. Nintendo Switch camera. You can go on the internet, download pictures and whatever. That would be cool. To create your own fighting game. I mean, Mogon should be on the Switch, even though it's a website. But still, please put it over to the Switch. Next game that should be on the Switch is War of Robots. I would love to see this game on the Switch. I also recommend this as a digital. I mean, imagine the ability to shoot other tanks while you're playing it on the go. I would love to see this game get ported over to the Switch. And it would be awesome. Next game that I think should be ported over to the Switch is what about Super Mario Maker? Like, what if we got a sequel of it or something? Like, a Super Mario Maker sequel would be a good idea for the Switch. It is confirmed that some type of Super Mario Maker sequel is coming to the Switch, but I hope it's true. Alright, another game I'd like to see on the Switch is Miitopia. To be honest, in my opinion, I think Miitopia should be ported over to the Switch because Miitopia, it's a good game, to be honest, but I never played it before, so yeah. You know, I want to play the game, but I don't feel like getting a 3DS copy of it, so please port it over to the Switch. That would make Switch fans happy. Or at least make some type of sequel for it on the Switch or whatever. But I prefer porting over it to the Switch, just in case if the Switch fans want to play the game. Another game that should be ported over to the Switch is let's go.